Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner. This is, y'all still married at first sight? Look, honey, next week is the season finale. It is decision day next week. This episode kind of wasn't needed, but I'm going to go ahead and give y'all what I can give y'all. I'm not going to be on camera much at all, okay? Because I don't feel like it's worth it. Now, I am here, okay? I am here, plain face and all. But I just feel like, man, this was a whole Twilight Zone. What's going on? I don't know. Get out my face, leave me be episode or whatever. But let's get into, okay? First things first, do not forget to subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird, dot. Okay? Do not, this channel, okay, my JayLeesCorner Talk channel. I have a whole new series I'm going to do on my JayLeesCorner Talk that's going to start next week. I can't wait to show y'all what I want to talk about, but I'm leave that be. But make sure to subscribe to that channel. Go over there and watch that content too, please, and thank you. Do not forget to always, do all these things, liking, commenting, sharing, relaxing, centering yourself, inhaling and stuff. Do all the things I've told y'all to do over the past 4 years, okay? All these things right here, okay? You can also follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on everywhere, okay? That's me now. I'm JayLeesCorner everywhere because I finally got my name everywhere, okay? And then like and subscribe. I'm on camera. This season, I'll pop back on. This season has been a lot with these people around here. Okay, I've watched this show. This is season 13. Since around season 7 or season 8, I believe. So I've been watching for a few years. And I'm like, when I started watching it, I ruined the show is when I came along to start getting horrible because I'm like, we are in the Twilight Zone with these couples around here, and I don't like it, okay? I'm just like, please, everyone get out my face because I don't know what's going on, but it's just foolishness with each couple. And I'm like, I thought one couple will probably be good, and now I'm looking like I don't know, that may not be true. Let's start with the boring people first, okay? That's Ryan and Brett and Ryan, okay? A couple that would never be. And I feel like Brett has always known Ryan didn't really want her. I feel like she was waiting for him to either come around to liking her or just admitting he did not. I'm not sure why I'm like, why they even here now? You've seen that man on a dating app the last episode. What they talking for and whatever, okay? Now, we do see him talking to his friend, and I'm like, we don't really care about Ryan because Ryan is full of poop, okay? Full of cow poop, dog poop, and any kind of poop around here. Turtle poop, hamster poop. Who makes big poops? Elephant poop. That's what he's full of poop, okay, and whatnot. Now, even him saying to the friend, I know I'm wrong because I downloaded a dating app. Even though it wasn't active, we don't care. You downloaded a dating app before decision day. And you not wanting her to find out, don't make it no better. You hoping it would just sit there stagnant until after decision day, don't make it no better. Nothing makes it better because you actively downloaded an app. That's like saying, oh, I didn't mean to download porn. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. So, we do see him saying that or whatever, but I'm sorry, excuse me. But he said, I just gotta figure out what I want to do. What? Ain't nothing else to do. There's nothing. Look, Ryan, if you even attempt to say to Brett, let's stay married, okay? I know I have been a horrible, not communicating, unloving, never trying with your husband. I know I've been a horrible stranger husband to you in this long dating process because this is my thing. People like to say, oh, this isn't a dating show. They're married. They had a wedding. Anyone can have a wedding. Anyone can have a wedding. They don't have a marriage. They never had a marriage. This is a long date with no sex. Okay, and he's kidnapped you and y'all in the same place. And that's all that it was, okay? So he better not try to fix his little face to say, let's try and work it out. Let's try and work it out. Get out my face. Because why? I'm like, I gotta figure out what you do. You downloaded the app. Get out of my face, little Ryan. Now we do see her going back to the place or whatever. Because again, they haven't talked since she told him, I saw you on a date now. So when she went back to their mutual apartment, he's already packed his stuff and gone. He's gone. And she's like, oh, okay. Now they haven't talked, or she has not had a conversation with them about the whole thing or whatever. But I don't really care. And when she talked to her sister on the phone, you know, and so I was willing to like work it out with him. I was like, when I came into this process, whoever the spouse would have been, my thing was I'm going to try my best to make it work because I didn't get what I wanted. And he's always been acting off the thought process of I wasn't what he wanted. And the sister said, yeah, but he wasn't what you wanted either. Right. And she still tried to make it work with his old tackhead ass. But he couldn't move past, I don't know what, because I mean, she don't look horrible. She doesn't, and she seemed nice. Ryan just is crazy as hell and leave that man be it, whatever. So for her, because like he never even tried with me. So I'm not hurt. I'm pissed, but I'm also more disappointed. I'm like, you should be. Okay. And then him in the head. Okay. Now we didn't get much else from them the whole episode. At the end of the episode, he come back to the apartment because, this is the last day any of them was in the apartment. So he came back, say, oh yeah, I came here to get the rest of my stuff. She said, is anything left? Did you leave anything? You took everything before or whatever. He knew he did. But when he came back, I just wanted to come and say sorry and say, you didn't do anything wrong. Brent, you didn't do anything wrong. It was all me. I never intended to hurt you. Fuck you, Ryan. Because Ryan had every opportunity to at least be nice to her. But he was always like a little bit of an asshole. And I think the dating app was his last bit of assholeness. Now he wanted to clear the air to clear his conscience. But I'm like, we don't really care. Okay, so he going on about his business. Leave that man, but he gets on my damn nerve. Gil and Mirla. At this point, I'm like, will they make it? They have been the standout couple this season. Okay, seeming to, bond and grow and like or whatever. And now they have feelings for each other. She didn't kiss that man. I believe they have had sex and all these things or whatever. And we see her talking to her friend. She said we're doing great. We're doing great. He's a great husband, except the finances. The finances is our main issue, whatever. He's a firefighter. We just started being a firefighter, you know what I'm saying? So he hasn't saved much money, unlike me. I've saved a nice amount of money. So for us to have a family and a house and these things, we can't do that right now based on the amount of money that he makes or whatever. So again, she's like, I love that he's humble and he comes from humble beginnings or whatever, and he lives a humble lifestyle. However, I don't want to lower the way I live my life to be with him, because he's not motivated by money. So he isn't going to do something he does not want to do, even if it gets him more money. And she like, I can't live like that. Because we will always have less than if you're never willing to do something to make more money. And I'm like, I mean, that's true. What she's in I think in the beginning, I didn't like Mirla in the beginning. I didn't. And not because of any reason beside in the beginning, she seemed like a Debbie Downer. Like nothing satisfied her. And while I now see that's not fully who she is, that's still a piece of who she is. However, the money situation and him wanting her to, stop spending so much money, that part I look like, man, that's bullshit. Fuck him. But I do appreciate her saying I live a certain lifestyle. And I don't want to lower my shit because he don't make enough money. I'm not going to do that's what he gets. Now, we do see they get to talk about decision day, okay, now whatever. And when she said something like, oh yeah, you could have stayed with this beautiful person. He said, yeah, but looks fade. I said, ooh, Ooh, that was not nice. But it's also, I think his thing is, I think Gil, first of all, Gil feels insecure about the amount of money he makes compared to what she makes. That's step one. Step two, I think he also feels like she thinks she's better than whoever for whatever reasons, be it about how she looks, be it about how much money she makes, or how, whatever it may be. I think he thinks she talks about or belittles other people who are less than her in her mind. So I think her saying, "Yeah, you want to be me because I'm beautiful," he like, "Yeah, beauty fades." So past your looks, I have to be sure I want to be with you for other reasons, which is true. That's not a falsehood. So, he brings up how, you get negative sometimes. You get negative or whatever. You are a Debbie Downer sometimes and whatnot, I'm saying. And I feel like you sometimes shit on people who, again, have less than you. And at times you act like a brat. I'm like, he really read her down, okay? Read her for filth. I'm like, what she do? She ain't do nothing, Gil. Okay, I'm there that be. Now, for him, he also brings up how it doesn't sit well with him to be married to somebody who is the brat, who when she can't get her way, she's yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or if something isn't to her liking, she's complaining all the time. And I think on any level that would irritate people. Because like, damn, was you ever happy? No? Okay. So he said, I want to be with somebody who enjoys life outside of expensive things and expensive trips and whatnot. And I think that's not a bad thing for him to want in life. The difference is you can't down her because that's what she do like. You know what I'm saying? It's cool if you want someone different, but you can't look down on her because that's how she lives her life. But he has to say what he doesn't like. I think these are conversations they both need to have to be sure they both go into this decision day clear minded, because him telling her what he don't want lets her know, okay, if these are things in me, can I change these things to make him happy? Or will me staying this way make us unhappy? So she do need to know these things to make a good choice for her too. Okay. Now, what I would have hoped was that she would have gave him things that he should work on that she don't like. And I don't recall her really saying that. I do recall her defending herself and saying how I get your feelings. I hear you. I understand that. I think my signal's low. So I'm gonna pop off. But she brought up how I hear you. I get what you're saying. However, I disagree because that's not who I am. I'm saying I know because he was saying that he felt like she forgot where she came from. And by her having more now, he feel like the humble beginning she came from, she now looks down upon anybody who may be there at that point in time in their life. So her thing was, well, no, I know where I came from. That's my motivation. Okay. I work hard to get where I am and I enjoy the life I live because I came from the bottom and now at the top. Okay. Or whatever. So she's like, you can't guilt me into feeling like I think I'm better than him. No, I just work hard to get to where I want to be. I was like, girl, it's kind of crazy. So she brings up she says how for her, she finally see, oh, it's a big issue for him. You know what I'm saying? And I can't see myself changing my lifestyle. So I have to now think about, do I want to be with him? Because what I thought was something little is a big deal to him. So again, I like the conversation. I like that Gil was brutally honest with her because it gave her insight into if she wants to stay with him. But I'm gonna let that be. Now we do see he has a conversation with his mom. He calls my on the phone. It just says how they doing good, but these couple of issues, and how we're both traditional too. And she wants, not she wants, but we both feel like the man is the one who usually pays all the bills. Now again, he says she makes twice as much as him. And even though he can afford to pay all the bills, if he did that, he just wouldn't have any money left over. And he don't feel like it would be fair for him to pay all the bills because nowadays things are more expensive. So back in the day, a man paying all the bills for him with the amount of money he made would be easier. But the cost of living is high. Okay, we know that for a fact. I bought groceries and it was like $400. I'm like, I ain't even got that much shit. But stuff is more expensive. And I gotta buy what I gotta buy. So I'm gonna get my 4 packs of water that costs $8 a pack, which is crazy. But the cost of living is high. So his thing is it would take all my money to pay our bills. And because she makes twice what I make, I don't think it's fair for me to have to do that when she make more money. I'm just like, that's true. Honestly, that's true. And the mama then said, well, that's when you get to the point where you help each other, because what I'm saying, in hard times, husband and wife helps each other. So there needs to be a conversation about, okay, what can we afford based on our whole income? Where can we both chip in to where we're both contributing, but we're also both saving money and also both not going broke. Because God forbid they together, he pay all the bills and he broke and she get rich. So it's a catch-22. But it's like, if you want a traditional marriage, well, get some more money, get on a job, make some money, and then pay it off. So it's a hard thing or whatever. But again, I really believe his issue is he can't afford their lifestyle. His issue is he feels insecure based on her making more money than him. That's clear, as it's clear as day. But I also feel like the conversation needs to be, well, I don't need you to pay all the bills, Gil. But you also can't try to control me about what I spend my money on. Okay? I'm gonna leave that be, but that's what it was for them too. Okay. What I see what's next. So I'm gonna do next. Let's do Johnny and Bow. Bow, 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 bum, 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 bum. I'm sorry. Anyway, we see Bow talk to her friend or whatever. She just gives the whole breakdown about what happened with Johnny, how, he talked to the friend, and the friend said Bow ain't shit, she felt betrayed, and the friend said she's a fucked up person. Who would do that? Why would your friend even, I'm like, I said the exact same thing, girl, bye. But she talks or whatever. She said how if Johnny were to say sorry, okay, he wants to try again, she would be open to that kind. I'm like, you'd be open to what? Not a fucking. I don't get why Bow consistently allow Johnny to treat her like shit, but she's still open to working things out. I'm like, girl, he told her. It's sad. It's really sad. Now we see Johnny talking to his friend or whatever, his friends, 2 guys, and he said how he's not looking forward to decision day. And he said, me and Bob having issues with this, and it was great at first, but issues started on the honeymoon. After the honeymoon, he said he started seeing red flags on the honeymoon, and things just kept growing from there, and basically it's gotten worse since then or whatever. But when they went to to her old house or whatever, in the little with the house, when she talked about her past last episode, how he felt a connection to her based on what she explained or whatever. And so he brought up how I feel like I'm becoming somebody that I don't know. And the friend like, well, that's a good thing. You're no longer a single man, so you should feel different because you're not the same person you were. You're married as man around these parts, and that's what needs to happen. They also bring up how you need to compromise because you're saying all these issues that you have with her, but have you tried to compromise on these things? I'm like, no, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. Okay. And then the one friend said you're basing a decision off 2 months with somebody while on camera. What's the rush to make a decision just because you're unhappy right now? I'm like, first of all, I agree, and I said I disagree. I feel like people have the right to realize, what, this isn't working. This we may not be meant to be. Okay, it may not be happening. But with Johnny and Bow, Johnny is just an asshole looking for a perfect boxes to check person, and it's like that's not logical. And while the friends are giving him good advice, saying, you do not have to make a rush or rash decision based on, well, that's decision day. I'm unhappy right now, so I'm a divorcer. No, there's nothing wrong with taking it because this is y'all on camera. And I say this every time, unless y'all hate each other, it's okay to say, what, I want to see where this goes. And then maybe come time of the reunion, for a fact we've been off camera for 4-5 months, living together. Okay, this shit ain't gonna work. Because she's worth off camera, or he's worth off camera. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But Johnny is just like on some bullshit. But when they meet for dinner later on or whatever, they both say how they want to figure things out. I'm like, is it the Twilight Zone? Figure it out. What? Vow that I can see us together and happy down the line. I can see if we can just get there. I was like, girl, I can't. I can't. You know what I'm saying? And Johnny said how he feel like he need, to get to know her more. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to have an open heart. I was like, do you? Do you really? I don't believe you do. Sir, sir, several seats and get your life stadium. I'm like, why are y'all really trying to work, girl? So they're gonna try and work shit out. I was like, for what? Poor K. Who, what, when, where, how, and why is this a good decision? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Okay, popping off screen. I'm tired. Because it's 3:30 in the morning. Jose and Rachel. So she met with her friend, you know what I'm saying, and told her friend about him locking her out, cussing her out, and taking days to say sorry. So for her, she's wondering, who am I married to? You know what I'm saying? We're better now, but how do I know he may not have another book like that later? He probably will. And then maybe, I'm telling y'all, Jose may beat her off camera. I hope he don't. But he could, okay? Now, the friend, look, don't be no fool now. You know what I'm saying? Do not allow him to make a fool of you. Just make sure to hold him accountable when you do bullshit, okay? Because if not, he will run over you. And that's true. That's true. Now, he talked to his friend, tell the friend how him saying, oh, she's a great wife. She's a great wife so far. Now, he brings the friend saying, what are like the three things, that will be a deal breaker? Or, no, what three things do y'all need to work on? He said, our communication can be better. I work with her being faithful based on her past, and whatnot. He said those two things or whatever. Now, he then brings up how, the whole fight thing happened, and she recently told him that she went and stayed at her ex-boyfriend's house, okay, after he cussed her out, put her out, locked out or whatever. And he said, even though she told me about what happened or whatever, I want to believe her because I care for her or whatever. Now the friend said, keep your eye out. Keep your eye on her because anyone who called their ex can be up to something. This is my thing. Yes, you should never call your ex to come pick you up when you and your husband has a fight, and you then stay at the house with the ex-boyfriend. However, if your husband locked you out and you don't have keys or you don't have anything besides your cell phone, but I'm like, why did she call him? He probably, I don't know. For some reason, she couldn't, because we've seen the footage of her banging on their door, banging on the other castmate's door, and she cannot get in. So I'm not opposed. I'm like, this is the only person on my phone answered the phone and came to get me. I would also call a locksmith, but I'm leave that be. So it's weird for me. I don't think she did it on purpose to piss him off, but I also feel like somebody else said it to me, that she called somebody who was familiar with her. She called someone who's probably used to calling when things are going bad. And at that point in time, her and Jose crazy ass still newlyweds or whatever. So it's a catch-22 about that whole thing. But he said he's not really mad about it or not. He just wondered about, what will happen later. I was like, well, whatever. So we do see they talk later, whatever. And with me looking at communicate, I don't care. I do not care. But when they got together to have a conversation, and he brought up how you said, well, look, I want us to have a good time. I want us to have a good life, blah, 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 blah. And she brings up, I want to keep traveling. And I want to keep traveling now as a married one. Because he brought up how, dating can be crazy. And I think that social media and, the whole YOLO life is the reason it has ruined dating. But everyone is always trying to live up to this whole lifestyle and traveling and doing this or that, which made her then say she wants to keep traveling. She wants to keep traveling now as a married woman or whatever, and that she wants to do one big trip every other year out of the country, you know what I'm saying, for something that's like a 9-hour flight. She wants to go far, far away, okay, over there with Aladdin and them, down by the riverside or whatever. She wants to go far, far away. God, make me a bird so I can fly far away or whatever. She wants to go far away. And he like, I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I do want us to travel, but we can go to Vegas. I'm like, Vegas, okay. So he like, let's do some local shit, okay? Anything in the US of the A. I don't want to travel the world like that yet. And she feel like he's not listening to her because she really wants to go to Europe, and him not wanting to go to Europe really crushed her or whatever. And you're saying I have to be my authentic self, and I'm like, why are y'all fussing about taking a trip? I feel like he not saying no. He don't want to travel, and she don't want to accept that he wants to travel. You know, like locally within the states. I'm like, that's not a girl. But some people are travelers. But I'm like, but also she put trips she can't afford on credit cards. So I guess she don't make good decisions or whatever. So again, that's that on that. Okay. Let's get over to Michaela and Zach. I was like, we are definitely in the Twilight Zone. Okay. Girl, anyway. So we do see Michaela talking to her sister. She came over to visit, and she's telling her what happened between her and Zach and how they had a little talk with Dr. Pepper after the whole blow up at the cabin and whatever. And you know how Zach asked her after the talk with Dr. Pepper to go have dinner because she said she was hungry. And so, did you go? She's like, yeah, I went. Okay. So then we talked up whatever. We was talking about this and that or whatever. And it was the first time that either one of us was able to sit and talk and understand where the other one was coming from. I was like, y'all been talking for 7, 8 weeks and y'all haven't had no understandable conversations. Okay. Anyway, so when Michaela bring up how Zach thinks I'm this crazy person, like this reacts or whatever, she's like, oh, really? I'm like, your family told him you do that. So it's weird that she's talking to the sister, so the sister don't know. She be acting that fool sometimes. But again, it's like, I know I talk to Dr. Pepper, and I know it's something that I have to fix within myself to not have these reactions. And so I'm like, well, okay, at least she know that sometimes she can be busting out crazy. But she said she has to figure out if she wants to do whatever with Zach. Because her and Zach, after dinner, he asked her to spend the night. And what she do? She went and spent the night. Her and Zach like fucking. I think we've all come to that conclusion. And I'm like, girl, stop fucking that man. Okay? Please stop fucking that man. Look, sometimes no fucking is better than anything else. Okay? So again, she wants to figure out what she wants to do with Zach. Because they had to figure out what's going on. I'm like, what again, why are Michaela and Zach trying to work things out? And it's not gonna work. And you can tell by seeing them here in this conversation or whatever. And a lot has happened since they stopped filming. I still don't believe Bow and Zach a couple. Okay, I just don't. Cause I just don't. I can't. But I do feel like a lot has happened in the off season, so I can't wait for the reunion. Okay. Anyway, so when she say, Zach kind of wants to work it out and see where it can go, whatever, because Zach wants to figure. I'm like, the fuck, the sister. I don't think Zach know he won. Because one minute he wants a divorce, the next minute he doesn't, and now he wants to figure out what they should do, which makes her want to figure out what they can do. So this is like, I think Zach is confused in general. It may not be a malicious confusion to where he's trying to confuse Michaela, but he don't know what the fuck he won't do, which makes her not get shit. And when the sister said, I agree with the sister. Yeah, Zach on some bullshit or whatever. So we see Zach talking to Gil, Milla's husband, and he brings the whole fight on the trip or whatever. How he was so crazy. He's never had that situation happen before. He said we've talked since then. Okay, and he said Michaela admits to how he said, because I asked her, could I have done anything to prevent you from having that reaction? And he said that she said no. My reaction was what I was going to do regardless. So that's on me. I'm saying that's something that I know I have to change. He also said he knows things within him so that he has to change. So again, y'all both are working on y'all. Y'all should not be working on us. There should be no us. Because it's too much bullshit in all of this, and y'all both have so much to still work on, y'all can't work as a couple because y'all is insane separately. Okay, you insane, you have your bullshit ways, and so does she. Bullshit either way it go. Okay, anyway, so I hate when I can see my signal is going dumb. But since they both have been talking, okay, they both want to work things out. I was like, because it's bullshit, because we are in the Twilight Zone. It's some Twilight ass, what's going on stuff. Why are y'all trying to figure it out? Okay, for what? For what? At least they both could have been any help. But I'm like, leave me be. Now we've seen a scene of all the couples together. Where's the little picture I had all of them together? So they're all together hanging around each other. And so they were all just giving examples of what it would mean if they said yes or no. I wasn't really listening. I mean, I was listening, but I didn't care either because all we need to know is what's going to happen on decision day, okay? But when we get to Zach and Michaela, and they yes or no, okay? Zach is on bullshit, okay? Zach confused everybody, including me. Now, he said saying yes would mean the last 8 weeks I've been happy. Okay, I've been happy and I want to see where it can go. But if I say no, it means the last 8 weeks didn't work. And I want to, move forward. And I'm like, but what? But what? But when he then said saying yes or saying no doesn't mean things will or won't work out. Like, I'm like, nigga, what? You this fool basically is saying nothing matters. Saying yes doesn't matter. Saying no doesn't matter. Because if you say yes, it doesn't mean that things work out. It also doesn't mean that it won't work out. And if you say no, I was like, what? What? And when Bao said, look, that don't make no sense. I said, oh, okay. Because Bao then says, Zach is smart, but he can't be that dumb. She's like, what you're saying don't make sense. Like, why not just say yes, on decision day and then see how it goes? Like, that's the thing to do, because saying no for me, I would not be able to move on from that. I would rather get a yes on decision day and the no later after we tried, versus getting a no on decision day and then still trying to make things work for the person who said no. So for me, no on decision day is a final no. We're done. There is no work on it after that. And I'm like, okay. So for me, this Bao that's talking here, it don't make sense to me that Bao will then get with Zach. It doesn't. So I really feel like her and Zach have been hanging out and people are making it more than what it is by posting pictures. I don't know, but I want to see. I need to figure out what happened. I need to hear from their mouths. Because, I don't like hearsay. So, because I'm looking like what she said made so much sense of her checking him. I can't see her saying, okay, let me get with him later. I just can't see it. But I'm going to leave that be too. So Zach is, what she said was, she said, that's like Zach saying, I want to tell the world I'm single by saying no on decision day. But privately, behind closed doors, I'm saying, hey, Michaela, let's try to work it out. And that's some sticky bullshit. I can't see it. I can't. And Michaela brings up how, well, for her, saying no on decision day would be a rejection and it would be humiliation. So she does not want him to say no on decision day. She would rather he would say yes, and then get a no later on. But again, I'm looking like at the end of the day, this is all a mess. Okay, so again, next week is the finale. Next week is the actual decision day. Next week, all I'm going to give y'all is who said what. That's it. That's it. And it may be live after the damn show. Okay, I got to go. I hope y'all enjoy. See y'all next week. Bye-bye.